Good morning. My name is Simon Carter. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. Yes, my full name is Arjun Dasgupta.
Thank you, Arjun. And what should I call you?
You can just call me Arjun.
All right. Can I see your identification?
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. Okay, let's begin. Let's talk about where you live. Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in an apartment with my parents. It's on the fourth floor of a mid-sized building, not too far from the city center. It's compact, but quite comfortable for the three of us.
What do you like about your neighborhood?
I like that it's lively, but not chaotic. There's a nice mix of cafes, local shops, and green areas. Plus, public transport is convenient. I can get to most places in under 20 minutes.
Is your area good for children?
Yes, I'd say it is. There are two playgrounds nearby, and the local school has a good reputation. The streets are relatively safe, and there's a real sense of community.
Would you like to live somewhere else in the future?
Yes, I think eventually I'd like to move to a quieter area, or maybe a small town. While I enjoy the energy of the city now, I imagine I'd prefer more space and nature later in life.
Let's talk about mornings. What's a typical morning like for you?
On weekdays, I usually wake up around 6:30. I spend the first 10 to 15 minutes just stretching and trying to wake up properly. Then I make tea, check the news on my phone, and get ready for work or study.
Do you enjoy waking up early?
Not really. I mean, I do it out of necessity, but I'm more of a night owl. Still, I've found that early mornings are quieter and more productive, so I've grown to appreciate them.
What's your favorite thing to do in the morning?
Honestly, I love sitting on the balcony with a cup of tea and just watching the street come to life. It's a calm way to start the day, especially if the weather is nice.
Do weekends feel different for you?
Absolutely. On weekends, I wake up later, usually around 9 or 10, and take things slowly. Sometimes I go for a walk or meet a friend for breakfast. The pace is much more relaxed.
Do you enjoy reading?
Yes, I really do. I try to read something every day, usually fiction, but I also enjoy biographies and occasionally historical books.
What kinds of books do you prefer?
I love novels with rich characters and immersive settings. Recently, I've been into magical realism and South Asian literature. Authors like Arundhati Roy or Jhumpa Lahiri really resonate with me.
Did you read more as a child or now?
I think I read more as a child, actually. I had fewer distractions. No smartphone or internet back then. Now I have to make time for reading deliberately, but I still value it a lot.
Do you prefer paper books or digital ones?
Paper, without a doubt. There's something about the feel and smell of a real book. I do use ebooks when I travel, but they never quite give the same experience.
Let's talk about transport. How do you usually get around?
Mostly by bus or rickshaw. Occasionally I take the metro if I'm going somewhere far. I don't own a car, so I rely on public transport and ride-sharing apps.
Do you enjoy using public transportation?
It depends. During off-peak hours, it's quite convenient and affordable, but during rush hour, it gets really crowded and a bit frustrating.
Is there any transport you avoid?
I try to avoid long commutes in shared minibuses. They're usually uncomfortable and packed. If I can walk or bike instead, I'll do that.
What's your favorite way to travel when you go on vacation?
I enjoy train journeys the most. There's something nostalgic and peaceful about watching the countryside go by. Plus, trains let you move around, unlike buses or planes.
Let's talk about food now. What kind of food do you usually eat?
I usually stick to home-cooked meals. We eat a lot of rice, lentils, and vegetables at home, with occasional chicken or fish. On weekends, I sometimes treat myself to street food or something from a local cafe.
Do you like cooking?
Yes, actually, I enjoy it quite a bit. It started during lockdown when I had more free time. Now it feels relaxing, especially when I try new recipes, though I'm not great at baking yet.
What's your signature dish?
Hmm, I'd say I make a pretty decent chicken curry. It's not too spicy, but still has strong flavors. My family seems to like it, so I guess I'm doing something right.
Do you prefer eating at home or dining out?
Eating at home, mostly. It's healthier and less expensive. But once in a while, I do like going out with friends, especially for trying new cuisines like Korean or Mediterranean food.
Let's move on to free time. How do you usually spend your free time?
If I have an hour or two, I usually read or watch documentaries on YouTube. Sometimes I sketch, especially when I need a break from screens. On weekends, I try to go for a walk or catch up with friends.
Have your hobbies changed over the years?
Yes, definitely. When I was younger, I was really into video games and cartoons. Now I'm more interested in things that are slower paced, like journaling or even just listening to podcasts.
Do you prefer spending your free time alone or with others?
It depends on my mood. I enjoy my own company. It helps me recharge, but
Is there any new hobby you'd like to try?
yes, I'd love to learn photography. I find it fascinating how a single picture can tell a story. I don't have a good camera yet, but maybe in the future I'll invest in one and take a course.
Let's talk about where you live. Can you describe your home?
Sure. I live in a two-bedroom apartment with my parents. It's on the third floor of a small building in a fairly quiet neighborhood. We have a small balcony with some plants, which I really like because it gives the place a bit of life. It's not fancy, but it's cozy and feels like home.
How long have you lived there?
We've been living there for about 6 years now. Before that, we used to live in a rented flat that was a bit smaller. Moving here felt like a big upgrade at the time.
What's your favorite room in the house?
Definitely my bedroom. It's the only place where I feel completely relaxed. I've decorated it with posters and fairy lights, and it's where I read, study, and sometimes just stare out the window. It's like my personal space to think and reset.
Is there anything you'd like to change about your home?
I think I'd add a bit more natural light if I could. Our apartment faces another building, so it doesn't get much direct sunlight. A bit more brightness would make a huge difference.
Let's talk about music. What kind of music do you enjoy?
That really depends on my mood. If I'm feeling energetic, I like upbeat pop or rock music, but if I'm trying to focus or relax, I go for instrumental or lo-fi tracks. I also enjoy some old classics. My dad got me into those.
Do you prefer listening to music alone or with other people?
Mostly alone, honestly. It's more personal that way. I like to wear my headphones and just zone out. But at parties or gatherings, of course, sharing music makes the vibe better.
Have your music preferences changed over time?
Oh yes, a lot. When I was younger, I mostly followed whatever was trending. Now I explore different genres, jazz, indie, even soundtracks from films. I think I've become more open-minded musically.
Can you play any musical instruments?
I tried learning the guitar in school, but I wasn't very consistent. I can still play a few chords, though. I'd love to pick it up again someday if I have more time.